New Year, folks, same old desk. It's Saturday. I'm Michael Taylor. Welcome to the program. It's Saturday, January 10th, and this is This Day. Welcome, welcome. We got a great show for you, so let's jump right into it. On the program today, Paul Ortiz is going to be talking to John Hovnanian from Harvard Eye Associates. Then later in the program, I'll be back with Assisted Living Locators and Jay Miner. Right now, though, we want to keep you informed, and we got a smart driver course coming up from AARP. It's going to be Saturday, January 17th from 8:30 to 5:30 over at Clubhouse 2. AARP is offering Laguna Woods residents its smart driver course for new and returning students on the 17th. It'll be over, like I said, over at Clubhouse 2. You can sign up if you're an AARP member for just $20 and $25 for non-members. If you want to get some more information, make a reservation for the day, you can call the number on your screen or email the recreation department there on the screen too. Let's check our weather forecast for this beautiful Saturday, and I mean it when I say beautiful Saturday. It's going to be 68 degrees today. Then we're getting up to low 70s on Sunday and Monday, and look at that, Tuesday, 74 degrees for Tuesday and Wednesday. A little bit of a warm up. We deserve it. We had some cold, wet weather for a while. Now we'll have a nice little warm up and dry out for a little while too. Let's check our sunrise, sunset while we're at it, and look at this. Look at this beautiful shot. Antarctica. Werner Cruz sent us this picture. Look at that. Can you imagine being up there and glaciers in the background and the whales in the front? Sunrise this morning was 6:55. Sunset tonight is going to be 5:01 p.m. If you'd like to send us a picture, you don't have to go all the way to Antarctica. You can do it right here in our community. Take a beautiful sunrise, sunset shot, or just around any shot you like in the community. We love to use them. Email us, Laguna Woods Village TV @gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we will use it in our sunrise sunset segment. Okay, when we come back, it's going to be Paul Ortiz right here on the set with Dr. John Hovnanian from Harvard Eye Associates. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Abbas. For over 20 years, I've been helping families keep their smiles healthy and bright. 10 years right here in Laguna Woods. At our family-owned practice, we do it all. Preventative care, digital dentistry, and full smile makeovers, with a team you know and trust. Conveniently located at the Taj Mahal Medical Center, with shuttle access for our Laguna Woods neighbors. Come experience complete care, old-fashioned service, and state-of-the-art dentistry that feels like home.
Hospice isn't about giving up, it's about showing up with compassion, expertise, and heart.
We care for the whole person, mind, body, and spirit, helping patients live each day to the fullest.
We walk with patients and families every step of the way, because what we do is more than medicine. It's honoring every moment together.
Orange Hospice, with you, with heart, always. Please call us or visit orangehospice.net.
Your eyes let you see the world, every smile, every sunset, every moment.
At Harvard Eye Associates, our team of specialists is here to protect your vision.
From cataracts and glaucoma to retina and cornea care, we offer the latest treatments with a compassionate touch.
For over 50 years, you've trusted us with your eyes. We're honored to care for them for years to come.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
Welcome back to the program. Joining us now is Dr. John Hovnanian with Harvard Eye. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Great to see you, Paul, sitting in the captain's chair over here.
You know, every once in a while they let me fly the plane, so here I am for just a little bit. Yeah, I appreciate them giving me the opportunity. Hey, let's talk about, obviously, vision, right? And right now, I think, you know, the 2026, a new year, people are kind of like, you know, what can I do to help me live a better life?
Yeah.
And vision, of course, is really important to all of us.
Yeah.
And cataract seems to be one of the major topics that we see in our community.
You bet. If you're over 50, 55, you're going to have some cataract. Even at that age, you may not have any symptoms of it, but it gradually grows with time, and it's the most commonly performed surgery in the United States, bar none.
Wow.
Because most of us, if we live long enough, are going to get 2 of them and have surgery twice.
Right.
And so it is, but it's a very solvable problem.
Right. So physically, what is that? Is it a hardening of, or what is it?
Yeah, so a lot of people think a cataract is a film on
Right.
the eye that you remove. It's actually a clouding of the lens. So inside of our eyeball, just like inside a camera, there's a lens that God gave us that gets cloudy over time. And as it gradually gets cloudy, we start to notice the early symptoms of cataract. And when the problems get big enough, we simply remove that lens and replace it with an artificial lens implant that never gets old, never wears out, never needs maintenance or replacement, and sets your vision for the rest of your life.
Wow. So. How much has that technology changed in the last 10 years compared to when you all were doing it when it first became available?
Yeah, in the early days of cataract surgery, the procedures involved a lot of downtime, a large opening in the eye, and a healing time. Now it's a 5 to 10 minute procedure that people can drive and read and shower the next day. They can go back to most normal activity. There's no pain. Most people say most people say it's a snap.
Right. Yeah. How long is that process? So when someone is having some of these issues, they make an appointment with Harvard Eye. You give a diagnosis, and within 60, 90 days, they're starting to have some treatment?
Or even sooner.
Oh, wow.
So many people notice symptoms of cataract before they're aware that they're cataract symptoms. So they may notice driving at night. So basically, with the early signs of cataract, things that are hard to see become harder. So driving at night is one of the toughest things we do, right?
Yes.
Visually, because everything's a low light environment, low contrast. Instead of blacks and whites, it's shades of gray.
Right.
And then there's distracting lights coming at us from headlights. And so that causes difficulty. So glare is one of the primary symptoms, and just difficulty with reading, fine print especially, even with glasses. Or you need stronger glasses, or you need more light on the page to see well. Those are symptoms that cataract is beginning.
Wow.
So all of those things together tell us, and then see your doctor. Your eye doctor can properly diagnose, make sure you don't have other problems, talk about what you can expect if you have cataract surgery, and then usually within a couple of weeks we can get it scheduled and performed.
Yeah. Does cataracts come back after surgery?
Great question. They never recur because we're replacing the part of the eye that is cloudy with a new lens that never, it's going to outlast both you and me.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And so really what's important is kind of like the dentist, right?
Yeah.
To come in and get your checkups at least once or twice a year and visit your optometrist and make sure that your vision isn't changing dramatically. I know my challenge is, you just said it, is driving and reading reading a menu, especially in low light and small print. It's really difficult as we age.
Yeah, certainly is. So a lot you can do. Meantime, so for driving at night, have a good pair of glasses that properly corrects you. That's going to help you if you're starting to have trouble. A lot of people drive without glasses, but really would do better with them, even if the DMV doesn't require it. And then, for lighting, put more light on the page if you're having difficulty. Use the flashlight. All of us carry phones with flashlights in them. But know that once you have surgery, it won't ever come back. One exception to that is that cataracts never come back, but often there's years later, there can be a little film behind the lens implant that may need a little laser treatment in the future. So I should mention that to be complete, but it's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, and that's probably well down the road, right? Because
anywhere from within a few months to a number of years. It's about a 50-50 chance over 10 years that you'll get that little, some people call it secondary cataract, but it's much easier to treat than the cataract itself. It's a quick, easy thing.
Wow. So what would you like if someone's having some issues and they think they have cataracts? What kind of response or what kind of issues would you want to discuss with them before they even came and saw you?
Well, it's important first to get a good exam and make sure that there aren't other problems with the eye, because we want to understand the whole picture and understand what else might influence the outcome. And then talk about what to expect, what risks are, because like any procedure, there are some risks. Thankfully, chance of serious problems is about 1 in 1,000. Chance of less serious problems that more like annoyances might be 1 in 100 for your typical person. But of course, you should talk about this with your doctor.
Absolutely.
And then talk about what the opportunity is for vision, because putting a new lens in the eye that object may be the most important object you receive for the rest of your life when you think about it, because you spend the rest of your life looking through it.
Exactly.
And so there are different types of lenses we have these days that we can offer that do different things.
Yeah, and when you talk about that, we only a few more minutes, but what kind of lenses? Like, will people be able to see far and near with some of these lenses?
You bet. We have all kinds of technology, and in many cases, people can live their life without glasses, although we can never make a promise of such a thing. Many people live with much less, let's say, dependency on glasses. And it just depends on what you want. There are lenses that each eye can focus far and arm's length and up close. There are lenses where we can really make it super sharp for distance. We sometimes will make one eye a little bit offset from the other, so one does better for reading. It's a great solution for a lot of people, especially if they've done it before. And we just have a variety of options that can suit almost anybody.
Right.
And it's really a personal decision. It's a decision you make understanding your lifestyle. And we should mention that there's cost. Insurance doesn't cover all the costs of all the technology we have today. We are never trying to push anything costly on patients. We want people to make their own decision, but to do it with the understanding that whatever you choose, this is going to set your vision. You're never going to need another cataract procedure, and your lens implant and your vision are not going to change for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and the thing is that it's really lasting, because if you really go through this process in your, say, late 50s or even early 60s, and these products are meant to last at least 25, 30 years, you almost got you there to the 18th hole.
Yeah, that's right. That's the goal, is to outlast you and give you good vision for the rest of your life.
So you've been here for many years, and I always thought it was interesting that you always brought new technologies and new things, to our community, and new, procedures. AI is like the hottest topic for the last 2 or 3 years. Are you seeing things in your industry where AI is really helping you and moving things a little bit quicker?
Tremendously, Paul. It's changing a lot. I'm the head of the digital clinical committee for the largest cataract and refractive surgery organization in the world. And we really are looking at where AI can help us in everything from helping people make phone calls to choosing lens implants for cataract surgery. We've been using AI in Armenia in our volunteer work in rural populations to screen for diabetic eye disease. With digital pictures we take and then load up to the cloud, and then a system evaluates, so a doctor doesn't have to take time. We can screen thousands of people and find out where the trouble spots are, and then devote resources to help people there. So it's incredible. It's changing everything.
Yeah. And you said in charge of, and then you said in the world.
Well, so, that's so I don't want to overstate it.
That's a big responsibility.
Yeah, the American Society of Cataract and Refractive Surgery is the largest society for people doing front of the eye surgery, and we have a digital clinical committee which I lead.
Well, amazing. We're very appreciative of the work that you all are doing, and look forward to seeing you again.
It's great to see you, Paul.
Be sure and go to their website, harvardeye.com, or give them a call on their phone number, and they'll be able to help you out. And see Dr. Hovhannissian and all the wonderful staff over there located right across the street from us here in Laguna Woods Village. We're going to be right back with more of our program right after this.
For over 50 years, we've had the privilege of caring for our community's vision.
From routine eye exams to advanced eye care, we're here every step of the way.
Because clear vision means seeing life's most precious moments.
Thank you for trusting Harvard Eye Associates with your vision today and for many years to come.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future vision today.
When it comes to life's most important medical challenges, where do you go? Welcome to the Hoag Institutes. Our patient-centered approach to care is rooted in clinical excellence and guided by world-class teams. Unparalleled expertise, world-class care, all within the Hoag Institutes, right here in OC.
The Laguna Woods History Center, the only purpose-built local history archive in Orange County, has been capturing the legacy of our community since 1977. As a nonprofit dedicated to preserving today for tomorrow, we collect, conserve, and share the history of Laguna Woods Village, the city of Laguna Woods, and the surrounding Orange County region. Step into the past and connect with the present at your community archive. Whether you're curious about local milestones, searching for historical documents, or exploring treasured artifacts, the History Center is your gateway to the stories that shape Laguna Woods. The Laguna Woods History Center is a separate building adjacent to the Village Library. We are open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. or by appointment. Visit us and find your place in history.
Hi, I'm Jay Miner with Assisted Living Locators of South Orange County. If you're starting to worry about your safety at home or about a loved one who may be struggling, you don't have to take the next steps alone. I've toured every assisted living and memory care community in our area, and I can help you find the right fit. I'll do the research, make all the phone calls, and set up all the tours. And my services are at no cost to you. Let's make sure that you or your loved one have the care, comfort, and peace of mind that you deserve. Give me a call today.
And welcome back. You know, finding the right assisted living and memory care community can feel overwhelming, but our next guest, Jay Miner, has that all in hand. He is here. He's the owner of Assisted Living Locators. Jay, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me. Great to be here.
Great to be here, too. Thank you for being here. And my first question is, how did you get into the business of doing this in the first place? This is kind of a very specialty kind of area.
It really is. And several years ago, I didn't even know that this was an industry that people did.
Oh, okay.
So I was a pastor for about 25 years. I did ministry with my wife for about 25 years. And a couple years ago, as we were transitioning out of that, I was searching for something to do where I felt like I could still really be connected with people and help people. And I love walking people through difficult, challenging moments in their life. And when I found out about a senior living advisor helping people find assisted living places, I thought, oh, this is perfect. And I really love getting to do this.
And it's still a service for people, right? Because this is a world that you don't know about until you have to know about it. It's almost like a funeral kind of service world or something like that, where it's like you're thrust into a situation where we need to find somebody now. Sometimes it can be that quickly for memory care or some help with the elderly. So when that happens, when people realize they need that, what are the first steps they do when they come to you?
Right. Oftentimes they'll start to notice, okay, there are physical things that start to happen. They can no longer safely stay at home, or there are cognitive issues that are starting to really make themselves present, and it feels like we need to start looking. So it can either be a crisis or people can be looking ahead, and either way I can help people. But what often people will do is they'll listen to, well, my friends have gone to Freedom Village, or my friends have gone to the Wellington, and so those will be kind of the only places that they'll go, just because those are the ones that are familiar to them and the ones that they know about.
Why is it important? Why can't I do my own internet search? You know, why can't I do my own kind of thing? Why is it so vital to have someone like you be there as that liaison?
Right. Absolutely, people can do their own research on the internet, which most of us do. You know, you want to find something out, you Google it. What can happen when you're looking for assisted living then is you will then your name will somehow get put on somebody's list. And so if you start to do research on the internet, all of a sudden you're going to get 10 to 15 phone calls a day from all these different places around. What I'm able to do as a senior living advisor is I get to be the buffer between my clients and all of those different places. So I actually make all the phone calls for them. I set up all the tours for them. And so my clients are not having to field all those phone calls. I get to actually walk them through, kind of similar to what a real estate agent would do. I get to be that advocate for them. So I'm not a salesperson, I'm an advocate for my client to help them find the best situation.
And you know the facilities, right? Because not only have you toured with folks, but you probably go there and you've kind of done your own, looking into and investigative kind of work there, right?
I do, yeah. I know all of the ones down here in South County. I've been to all of them. I know the people who are in there. I know what their personalities of the different facilities are like. I know what their strengths are. I know some of their weaknesses. Sometimes they'll be going through staffing changes that are causing some problems, and I'll know maybe this isn't the best one right now at this time. And I know the ones that really seem to be doing well. I also know the ones that are better for people with higher medical needs versus some of the ones who are really better for people who are more independent, may need a little bit of help, but really want a lot of activities and a great social scene for them to be in. And so I get to, ahead of time, find out from my clients, okay, what do you need? What are your situations? And then I come back with a list of like, here's a few places that we can go that really fit you perfectly.
Okay. And after the holidays can also be a time where families got together and then they notice mom and dad aren't doing so hot or something like that, right? So you get a lot of like children or relatives doing these calls, or is it the people themselves who say, hey, I think I need some help?
I actually get both. I do get probably about half my calls are from adult children who are trying to look out for their parents. And then the other half are just people themselves. You know, I got a call last week from a great lady here in Laguna Woods that was like trying to figure out for her and her husband, what is our next step and where do we go next? And we had a great conversation, and we're setting up, you know, kind of a plan for her to start doing some really good research.
And so when a family or an individual sits down with you, is there an assessment process they kind of start? Okay, you kind of figure out where they're at, what their needs might be, and what the right fit might be for them?
I have a phone call with them or sit down and have coffee with them, and I just kind of ask a bunch of questions that are going to help me know how to help them. Now, the beautiful thing, though, about my industry and what we do is that I get a referral fee from wherever they end up moving into. So everything I do for my clients, all that research, all those phone calls, it's all free.
Oh, wow.
It's no cost for them. And so, I mean, it's such a great service for people who are, you know, trying to figure out how do I do this well, but I'm able to help them, and really at no cost for them, which is so cool.
What does it feel like for you in terms of being able to help folks like this and be like you said, you wanted to find a place where you could still serve in your community?
Yeah, I love it. It brings me a lot of joy. Like when I get up in the morning, I know that what I'm doing is helping people. And you know, my father passed from Alzheimer's almost 10 years ago, and I wish that I had somebody helping me walk through the process. And so now I feel like I get to be that for other families and other people, and it's kind of how I was built, and I love doing this.
Now, occasionally, sometimes people go into a place and it does not work out. I don't like here. So what can be done in that sense? I mean, you know, hey, you signed up, you moved in, you don't just walk away from it, do you?
Well, a lot of these communities, they don't have a lease, you don't have a contract, you're just on a month-to-month. And so I do move people
so you can come in and say, okay, this isn't working, let's figure out, you know, let's reassess. Because maybe what they thought they wanted or they needed wasn't quite, you know, when they realized they got there, it wasn't the same.
Exactly. Or sometimes things change. You know, you'll be in a community and then 2 years later you'll realize the staff changed or the philosophy changed, and maybe it doesn't fit you now anymore. Or your friends that were there moved on and you want to find a different place to be. So yeah, I help people move. And not just from the big communities, I also work with the smaller private board and care homes. These are the residential homes all around us that you know, can take up to 6 residents at a time. And sometimes a community isn't the right fit, but that board and care where you get more specific care is the perfect fit for somebody. So I work with all of those kind of places.
Okay. Sometimes the family may say, I think mom or dad is ready for this, but mom or dad say they're not. I'm not sure I'm there yet. How do you kind of walk people through that process?
That is always a challenging conversation, and it takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of understanding of what the resistance is, and really being able to draw that out and hear what people's fears and concerns are. And oftentimes some really good conversations can help. And that is one of the ways that I'm able to help families, because you know, between family members, things can kind of get tense in conversations, but having an objective third party can be really helpful. And then other times that's just a really difficult conversation to have. And,
they feel like there's a lot of loss there, right? Hey, I'm going to lose my independence. I'm going to lose of these things. These are the things I like to do in my routine and my familiarity, and all of a sudden there's something strange and new and different, and that can be a scary transition for anybody.
There's a lot of fear that goes into it, and just the loss of this is how my life has been. Now I'm having to lose that and transfer into something else. And so those are really helpful conversations to be able to have, and I've had them all. I've seen people go through the process, and so I'm able to help them kind of see what the benefits are. Yes, you're losing this, but you are gaining all of these
Right.
things.
That's what I was going to ask, is that can it sometimes be an eye-opening, like, oh, somebody's going to help me with my shopping, somebody's going to help me with these things, and then maybe they warm up to the idea.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So when you go through this process with folks, what is the usual time frame of, like, first sit down to we have a placement?
It really depends on what each client is looking for. I can do it, and I can help somebody turn it around in 48 hours if that's what the need is.
Okay.
There's some things that have to fall into place to do that. But I also really enjoy when I've got someone who's thinking 2 to 3 months down the road, and we can go look at some places and take our time. We don't feel rushed, and then make a good choice for where we want to be on March 1st, and think that through. So I can handle either way with people. It just depends on what they need.
Okay, what's the first step so people can get a hold of you and make that process begin?
Just give me a call. I'm happy to talk with anybody anytime and answer their questions. My phone number is 949-444-9055, and I'm happy to speak with anybody at any time.
All right, the website's up on the screen too, assistedlivinglocators.com. Jay Miner, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
At Petwell Clinic, your local fast relief pet care clinic, there's no waiting days for an appointment. Just walk in when your pet needs care. From the moment you arrive, you'll feel our commitment to openness and service excellence. You remain by your pet's side throughout their visit, and all charges are clearly explained, so there are no surprises at checkout. Serving Laguna Woods Village, we are committed to kind and accessible pet care. Petwell Clinic, your most convenient option for quality pet care.
Hey folks, let's talk about Saturday movie, and we got a Western for you for a good Saturday sit down in front of the TV. It's brought to us by City of Hope. We're going to be watching Missouri Breaks, starring Marlon Brando and Jack Nicholson. It's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. Tom Logan is the leader of a band of horse thieves, and while Montana rancher David Braxton has horses and a daughter apparently worth stealing, Braxton hires infamous regulator Lee Clayton to hunt down and annihilate the rustlers one at a time. Man, that sounds like a thriller. Sounds like a good old Western. That's going to be our Saturday movie. Let's take a quick check of the forecast before we head out. And look at that. Beautiful temperatures, no rain in the forecast. Can you ask for anything better in the middle of winter, in the middle of January? There you go, 68 degrees today, then we get into the 70s on Sunday and Monday, and then the mid-70s on Tuesday and Wednesday. Fantastic. All right, folks, Monday on the program, we're going to be hearing from Advanced Ear Care. Hearing from them, get that? And California Club's going to be here as well. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.